Hello techies, welcome to IT Tech Solution. Today in this video we will see how we can connect to Snowflake from Python. So many times we need to query some data from the tables in Snowflake from Python. For that purpose, Snowflake provides us a Snowflake connector. Okay, and if you go to the official page of Snowflake here in the developer guide, you will see that for Python they have given this connector. Okay, so we need to install this Snowflake connector Python into our local system, and using this connector, then we can connect to the Snowflake databases. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this pip install command, and then let's run that pip install into our local system to install this driver. Okay, so this is installed. Once the driver is installed, we can in the first line right in our code we can just mention import snowflake.connector. So it will import all the necessary backend libraries into the code context, using which we can create a connection parameter. So if you see here, it's already given in the documentation as well how we are going to connect. You can read through it for some detailed explanations, but this is the connection parameter that we need to set up. Okay, so the connection parameter here requires our username and password, that is the first thing, and account identifier. So every Snowflake account has its own account identifier. So for me, if we just check the Snowflake profile, you will get the Snowflake identifier here. Okay, so I'll just copy this one. Okay, I'll just copy this one. Let me paste it here. So if you see, this one is the connection identifier. Okay, and the same thing we can use here in the program. So this is my connection identifier, and then the warehouse that we'll be using is compute underscore wh, that is the default warehouse. Database that I'm looking for now is, if you see, the table that I have is in this database. It's in Snowpipe DB. The last time we created this when we were doing the Snowflake pipe demo, right? So this was the database that we had created. Under that, it's Snowpipe schema, and under that I created a table called as my table. So I want to query this my table from Python code. Okay, so that is why I'm giving the database as snowpipedb, schema as snowpipe schema, and role that I'm using is account admin. That is because this table is created using account admin role. So if I choose any other role, since I have not granted privileges to any other role, I'll not be able to access it. So I'll use account admin role to access this table. So once this connection parameter is set up, right, we just have, like in any other programming languages we do, con dot cursor. So we'll create a cursor out of it. So this will establish the connection using this con parameter. Okay, so once that is also done, we can execute a query, something similar to like select star from my table. It can be any query as per your requirement. I'll just use a select query here, and then to fetch from the, if it is a single row, right, we don't have to loop in through all the rows. If we expect that it is going to give us multiple rows, then from this cursor that we just now created, we'll do a fetch all. Okay, using this cursor dot fetch all, we'll be able to get all the records from the Snowflake, for which we have to run the loop, and then we can print it, or if we want to process them, we can process it. We can, if you want, we can create a pandas data frame and do further processing. So I'll just show how we can do this, how we can run this, and how we can execute the query. So these all connections are done. Let's just simply run. Now since we have already installed the Python connector as well, the Snowflake connector, we should be able to create this connection parameter and this connection, and we should be able to fetch the result. So I just ran this, and you can see it is giving me the first 10 records. Okay, so first 10 records is, so here in the sample table, you can see all these records are there, and I just fetched the 10 records out of this. So DML we already did. Let's try with DDL command. I'll comment the other things, and I'll just run DDL command. I'm just creating one table. I'm saying that create or replace table, and I just want to create a test table now. Let's see whether we are able to create it or not. Right now we have just one table here, that is my DB. In the same database and same schema, I'm just creating a table because context is already set up by this, right? So database and schema is already there. I'll just say create or replace table test table, and I'm just giving two columns here, a test check and env. Okay, let's see if we are able to create this table or not. I'll just execute this code. It got executed successfully. Let's come back here and just do a refresh and see if that table is there or not. We can see that table is created here. So all the SQL operations that we want, we can do from from Python code using this Snowflake connector. So for further details, I would suggest to please go through this entire documentation. You will get some more details here, but this is the basic thing that we have to do to get connected to Snowflake from Python. So I hope it was useful. It was a simple small demo, but still it's the basic step that we have to do. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any informative videos that I keep posting. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye bye.